We are taking things to the next level. I am your host, Michael Afani X. We are moving forward to Nubia. This is that part two. Make sure you check out part one. Like, share, and subscribe. We got Coach Sarifa. We got Coach Empress in the building, taking things to the next level. She's about to amaze and make you get that mindset reset, wealth rewired that you need. This is all part of our wealth beginning and growth because it takes you to the next level. Teach the people what they need to know because our topic, our main focus for this particular part two is mental health as it relates to lovepreneurship. And again, what is lovepreneurship? Lovepreneurship is bringing together your love and your preneurship or what you're entrepreneurial about together, right? Because too often people are bringing it separate. It also more specifically is our drive to get the divine masculine, divine feminine working together. So a childpreneur, a mompreneur, a dadpreneur, all coming together for family business. Because often too many people they're not coming together. And so we want to take things to the next level. So without further ado, Coach Sharifa teach the people what they need to know.
Well, first, I'd like to say that I'm honored to be here, be a guest on your show 2 times. This is amazing. And who knew that the meeting, us meeting, which I know was divinely guided, divinely orchestrated, us meeting in Houston, at the shrine, right, of the Black Madonna, that we was still we be back, we still be in each other's paths, still be on this journey together from then. So yeah, this is amazing. Yeah, so I am, ladies and gentlemen, I am in Nairobi, Kenya. I just moved here. Just in case you missed the last episode, I moved here in August, and we're talking about mental health and how important that is. And it's very important for really. I think for right now, I just want to focus on women right now because I am a woman, so it makes sense. Um, it is so important. Your mental health is so important. You must take care of yourself. Um, the first step really is that we hear this all the time. Learn how to say no, right? Learn how to say no. And two, not settling. Like those are like two of the most important components. Learn how to say no, because a lot of times we feel like we have to be these super women. I gotta be able to do this. I'm not a woman if I can't do this, if I can't do that. If I can't perform here, if I can't perform there, which is how the anxiety kicks in, right? Because of failure, and that's like anxiety, depression, PTSD, and those are like the top three mental health issues that women have. Also, postpartum depression. Okay, those are like the top four things that women deal with, and the anxiety. And I know this because I used to have panic attacks because I was having anxiety issues. So why were you having anxiety issues? What was going on with you, Sharifa? Well, I was so concerned about making making the wrong decisions, right? I was so concerned about failing. I was so concerned about failure that I was driving my own self crazy, right? I was afraid of what other people would say. I was afraid of being judged, right? I was afraid of underperforming. And these are things, and even my mothering, even that, all that came into play. I still have these panic attacks like when I was in my 20s, and all these things come to the surface, right? And worrying about the future. I'm worried about things that haven't even happened. I'm worried about things that I have no idea. The future is, there's no future yet. You know what I'm saying? There's only what happened yesterday, and there's right now, right? The present. You have no idea what's going to happen tomorrow, right? So like anxiety is one of the biggest mental health issues that women endure. um, that's that one. Depression, I've experienced depression too. These things, when I, like I said, mental health, I forgot to mention, is near and dear to my heart because I have experienced this. I will tell you this and share this with your audience and you, Michael. I tried to commit suicide when I was 16 years old. Um, yes, I tried to overdose on some pills, and it didn't work. Okay. And I was going through a lot, even, and you talking about in my teenage years, I was going through a lot, dealing with some abuse. Okay. Um, and I felt like if I leave, then no one's going to care. No one's going to be concerned. Everybody's life to be better without me. Right. So I know what it's like to be in that space of feeling alone, which is that's the people like to say the devil. I don't know, but that's that energy that always wants to make you feel like you're alone. It puts you in this of darkness and aloneness. You have no one, and no one wants you, so no one miss you. Um, and the numbers, and the numbers with the suicide for Black women is high. And I'm sorry because I had a presentation and everything together, but I'm having
So I
technical
love you
issues.
speak from the spirit.
Yeah, so I'm just going by, what I know. The rates are higher with younger women. So that's why it is important in your lovepreneurship. We talk about the mother, the father, and the child. It's
Facts.
important to grab hold to the youth. Okay, because they're the ones they're dealing with a lot. Before there was no social media, when I was dealing with what I was dealing with. So I couldn't imagine dealing with what I was dealing with in my life and social media too. That would have been a lot on me, So, but I tried to commit suicide. It didn't work. I, I woke up the next day and I said, okay, well, I guess it's something meant for me to do. It's not time for me to go. And so we talked about the anxiety, the depression, um, the PTSD. A lot of women are dealing with PTSD issues, dealing with sexual abuse or verbal abuse or abuse in relationships. That's what the most, people think, you think PTSD, people think about people that were soldiers in the war, right? They come home, they hear boom, they hear a bomb, they hear a shot or something go off, they freak out, right? Well, women are dealing with this also, but when it comes to relationships and abuse and mental abuse, they're suffering. There's and there's a lot of suffering um, that women are doing in silence. Unfortunately, there's still this stigmatism in our community about mental illness, and I think that's sad because it is a real thing. People walk around here undiagnosed, right? They hadn't gotten a diagnosis of what's really going on with them. But people, and then they're having children with other people. And it's just it's a mess. It's a mess. But I'll pause. Go ahead, Michael. Go ahead.
No,
I get on the roll.
no, that was an amazing cook. That was an amazing cook, and I definitely can resonate with that and that realness of you, Shima, sharing that. I know it's definitely can be something difficult to go through. So I appreciate you having the courage to share that and take things to the next level because we do have a purpose. We do have things that you're here for, and that is part of really why we focus on lovepreneurship. Because too many people, if more people knew their purpose earlier, right? More people knew their why earlier and were more entrepreneurial or another word is creative, more creative about what it is that they wanted to do, they would feel more purpose because much of life is feeling limited in the way that you approach it. So it's definitely good what you're doing now and being a lovepreneurship coach as it relates to that mindset reset and wealth rewiring. Talk to the people in particular about ways that they can help they can get towards that abundance mindset from maybe being more negative in mindset, if you don't mind us asking?
Um, it takes some work. You have to be, first of all, you got to be willing to admit that you have some things that you need to heal from. That's the first. You can't be walking around here just thinking that the way you are living is normal. Because because your decision making, that comes from how you think. That comes from your past, in a sense. Because if you've been abused, moving forward, all your decisions that you make, if you're not aware, are going to be based on the abuse, right? And you're trying to figure out why you choose this type of person, or why you choose that type of person, or why do you choose to live here, or why do you choose this, or why do you choose that. A lot of that comes from things that we've experienced in the past, right? And so first you must acknowledge that you need healing. And I prefer healing instead of help, because sometimes when people, like I said, still the stigma, excuse me, in our community. When you talk about getting help, mental help, it's like it's nothing wrong with me. I don't need no help. It's like what you trying to say? Something is wrong with me, and no, I'm not saying anything is wrong with you. But we all need some type of healing. We all do, because we've all been through something traumatic in our lives. And again, for those who are just joining, I'm just really speaking on women today, um, because and in actuality, this is women's month. This is Women's History Month. Women's Day was the other day, so the focus is women. Um,
Every day
for
is
today,
Women's Month, and not
yeah,
mental
yeah,
every
yeah.
month.
Yeah, yes, you're right. You're right, Michael.
But I
Yes.
understand. I understand the
Yeah, yeah,
commercial one.
yeah. I know you do. We hear all the time. Um. So first, just admit that you need to be healed, that you need healing. For me, I had been to therapy before. I've had some years ago. I had a African American therapist woman, and I've had a man. And it didn't do anything for me. Okay, and I wouldn't tell anybody not to get therapy, not to get, but because some people, if that's what works for you, then please, by all means, get that healing that you need. Right? For me, it was a more spiritual approach. Okay, for me, this is what worked for me. Um, the first thing I did was, and mind you, I didn't step into this healing space until years later, after the depression and the anxiety and the PTSD. Okay, because I've dealt with that too. I didn't step into my healing phase until later. After I decided that I gotta be a better woman. I have to be a better woman, not only for myself but for my children. And I don't want to hurt anybody, because I've never set out to hurt anybody purposely. You know what I'm saying? But if I've hurt you, I'm sorry, and I don't want to hurt anybody else, right? So mine started with, honestly, putting up an altar in my home. Okay. And some people, they get eerie about that kind of stuff, but I'm telling you what I did, what worked for me. Honoring my ancestors, forgiving myself, and forgiving my ancestors for things that
Good.
they have done. Okay. Um, putting water on my altar, feeding them, because I'm not here to judge. I'm not here to judge my anybody. I'm not here to judge my bloodline. So that's how it started for me. Um, that's where it all started. Honoring my ancestors. That was the first thing I did, and that was the beginning of my life change, beginning of my healing journey. that part. And then I remember me saying, "Oh man, it's gotta be." I was on the phone with one of my friends. I'm in the kitchen washing dishes, and I'm like, it's gotta be more to life than just this. And it just seems like my ancestors, my spirit guides, at the universe, God, like everybody just is like, I'm so glad you said that because it is. Here you go. I was saying like, oh, I want to upgrade. I want to upgrade, but I wanted to upgrade my life on the outside of me. I didn't know that I first had to get the upgrade on the inside before I could even begin to see anything on the outside, because I had to learn how to love myself. And that right there, that's a process, especially when you've gone so many years not. You thinking that you are, but your actions are saying otherwise. So back to the initial question. I know you see, I just go, you asked me about how to, what was the initial question? Did I even answer the question?
Man, you did. We were talking towards abundance mindset, and so you said the things that worked for you was ancestral worship or ancestral
Yes.
veneration, and one
Yes.
particular thing was putting up an altar. So that's something that people can do out there to get into that mindset, to clear their minds, and get in tune with their own DNA, their own lineage through definitely prayer, through worship, acts of worship, getting on your knees more specifically. So not just there are different ways to supplicate, but definitely the just even the full body prostration, much like Yahshua did when he walked ahead, is the way that we want to also do things. Also like Muhammad taught us to do as well. So definitely, so no, you answered this, sister.
Well, good. I just want to make sure because I when I speak with you and I'm on platforms with you, it's so much stuff. Just be it be come it be it just I be getting these downloads. It just comes and I just be trying to get it all out.
No, I received that. I
It's just
received that.
your
It's that.
fault.
No, no, I receive it. I take it. I take it. It's that calming, and that opportunity to be transparent and honest. Authenticity is what people love. So we appreciate you being authentic and just
Yes.
doing providing your experience as your
Yes.
point of reference for teaching. So
Yes.
that's a fine way
And
to teach.
also, what to help me with my panic attacks, I designed adult coloring books. Coloring is very good for any type of mental health, panic attacks, depression. It's something about putting those crayons or those color pencils to that paper, and it kind of puts you in the meditative state. Meditation. That's another thing that helped with the mental health. Journaling, meditation, right? Those are two very important keys. And meditation is not necessarily you in a certain posture. That's not necessarily you can, but people meditate the way they feel like they need to. People sometimes feel like it's a rule. It's a rule. You got to do it this way. You have to do it that way, and that's not true. You have to do it the way that's good for you. You can be in a meditative state. Sometimes you can be just not driving. Hopefully you're on the passenger side. Be in a meditative state, right? You can get it there. You can be in the park. You can meditate even laying down. And sometimes you could just sit. Just sitting. It's the thing is sitting in quiet. That's the whole thing. Quieting your life,
Amen.
right? Sitting down,
That's
sitting in quiet, spending time with yourself. No, and I say no music because sometimes music can be distracting. Sometimes we have to be so distracted, and have something has to be always be going on, in our environment, that even that sometimes I think takes away from hearing that message from God, from the Most High, which is what you need. And again, the adult color, the coloring book, and I think that's just again, just allowing that inner child to be free to do what he or she needs to do. I think that's very important. um and just getting up and dancing. If you used to dance, get up and dance. You have to let that inner child breathe. and love on that inner child. Give them some freedom. You know, you got them locked up. I'm so grown. I'm this. I'm this. I'm too grown for this. I'm too grown for that. You too grown for a lot. You know, it's just let that child let their inner child free. That will help with your healing as well.
That's good. That's good. I gotta drop the mic on that one. You been all the cooking, man. You gotta. I always say that one, man. Y'all gotta really make sure y'all check that stove top, man, because every time we get on these platforms, it seems like y'all start cooking it up. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't need electricity over there, you know, because you got it going. And so before
Yes.
we ask our next question, because you are taking it to the next level. I think there's a good moment to really give the people the framework, our lovepreneurship framework, to help them focus their minds, right? Because we do things in a step-by-step process. So step one, mindset reset and wealth rewiring, right? So let me say that well. Mindset, wealth rewiring, right? So you can't build wealth with a poverty mindset. You got to rewire your mind for abundance, success, and ease. You got to be cool. And to my wife, he said, or to my sister said, points to what my wife said, and to what my sister said, abundance journaling, right? You got to make sure that you are taking your abundance journaling to the next level because it can undo years of financial conditioning. So you got to write down your plan. You also got to learn how to make decisions like the wealthy do, right? So learn how to make decisions. Once you take the decisions to the next level, you'll see a growth in your journey, right? Like, share, and subscribe for step two. Step two is money and communication mastery, right? So money shouldn't be a reason for love to fade, right? So one thing that we do is master my wifey's Kyra's heart to heart framework to remove money tension. So that's key to removing money tension. So you gotta master that heart to heart, right? Learn how to talk about money without triggering arguments, right? Create financial alignment so you're building together, not separately. Step three, branding and digital presence. Your brand should work for you even when you're not working. Develop a magnetic brand that attracts income effortlessly. Learn faceless branding so you can build wealth. If you couldn't, right? So you can build wealth even if you don't or want to show up online, right? Because if you don't want to, then you can even learn different automation tools. Get yourself an AI assistant. We can help you with that too, right? Position yourself as an expert and your niche even as a beginner, right? So whatever you're doing right now, you got to be an expert. You got to get niche. You got to get focused. You got to be the one people think about when they need something, right? So you got to be that person. Whatever it is, you decide you can do that, right? You can do it, right? Step five, right? Or actually, no, we already skipped step. Step four, don't skip steps. That's one of the lessons. Step four, make money daily, right? Make money daily, multiple, multiple income streams, right? And you don't have to have a whole bunch of different jobs. From one job, you can have multiple ways, such as how we sell our book from our course. You can also purchase our grant course itself for couples. Starts at $250. If it's for lifetime access, $24.97. So it all varies based on the rates and based on who we're speaking to, right? And based on what your particular situation is. So check that out, right? So step four, one paycheck is not enough. Daily income is the new standard, right? Daily income is the new standard. Learn how to generate multiple streams of revenue from one idea. Monetize your knowledge through digital products and courses. Set up income streams that pay you while you sleep, right? You got to put your money as an employee. You got to start thinking of your money as an employee and start to hire your money, right? You may not have enough money to hire other people, but you have enough money to hire your money right now. That's what you need to start doing. That's a grant way to make more grant money, right? Step five, working together without tension. So many couples want to work together, but they don't know how. So we'll show you, right? Identify each other's strengths and roles in the business. Roles are critical. So learn how to create a workflow that reduces stress and maximizes success. We'll set business boundaries so that you can be partners in love and wealth, right? Step six, business automation and passive income. So if you're constantly frustrated, you're doing it wrong, right? You can't be frustrated. You got to be able to automate and make sure that you're not just an employee in your business. You got to make sure that you're working on your business or able to think about the future vision of your business. So automate your income and sales process so your business runs without you. Get access to it and done for you templates so that we can take you to the next level with proven systems, right? Set up then workflows that give you back your time, right? Step 7, social media, sales and high converting funnels, the right social media strategy and money in your pocket, right? Learn how to sell on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. Build and sales funnels that turn followers into paying customers, and then make money without feeling pushy or salesy. You got to be more natural. You got to be cool. Step 8, right? Avoid burnout. Protect your peace, right? You got to protect your peace. Success means nothing if you're too stressed to enjoy it, right? So you got to learn how to take care of your rituals, take care of your high performance. And entrepreneurs, you got to put up your altars, like our good sister said, and you got to set healthy boundaries between business and personal time. You got to also then create a schedule that works for the both of you, right? You got to create a great schedule that works for the both of you. And that leads to our favorite one, step 9, which is long term wealth and legacy building. And through that, you have to be able to take yourself to the next level. Because what happens after you make that first 10K, you scale, you grow, you put it in that trust fund, you start planning, you start allowing your money to be an employee for you for over years. Develop a generational wealth plan for your family, set up legacy building strategies, and secure your future. So start to secure your future. Think about the ways you can do that because there's many ways to secure your future, whether it's a decade, whether it's a year, whether it's a month. But start with today. Daily action leads to even more action, and start to also increase the time horizon in your plans, and you'll see success. You'll see success. I hope that helps somebody out there. And so our question now for our sister is, again, because again our topic is about mental health as it relates to moving forward with Nubia. Talk to us about some of the struggles that maybe a new a new lovepreneur or a new mompreneur may experience when moving to Nubia, and what are some ways that they can create community in that new move, and we'll just start there.
Okay. Um, I think that mompreneurs, um, one of the challenges that may occur moving to another country or just moving to Africa, where I am, is that you will go through this feeling of being alone. Okay, because you know if you're used to having family at home, you don't have family here. It's this aloneness. It becomes really strong, and you realize like, oh my, like I really don't have anyone here. I don't have anyone, and so it will become challenging at first because you're trying to figure out how can you how can you function in this alone space. And I've talked to other women who have moved here with their husbands, moved here with their boyfriends, and they moved here with someone, but they were still in the space of being alone, right? Because especially like if you have children that you might have left in the States, all this starts to play out in your mind. Like you get here and you're like, did I make the right decision? Because I'm alone. Everything I love is in the States. My children are there. If you're a grandmother or a grandfather, my grandchildren are in the States. Everything is in the States. Um, and you're used to having people. You move to another country, you don't have that. So you're trying to kind of figure out, well, what am I going to do, because I don't have that. I don't have that community, right? So I would say to that, since I've experienced that, I would tell anyone, try your best to try to find a community before you even get here. Okay, because that way you don't have to experience that aloneness, because it's so weird. The energy is so weird. It's like you together, you come, and then it's like women have told me that they've come together with someone, but then they feel like this journey kind of split. But I think that's a part of the growth and evolution. I think that's a part of the growth and evolution. I'm not saying sometimes you can be with your partner, but you still have your own growth that you must experience, right? Your own work. You can be in a relationship and still heal, right? You can be in a relationship and still work on yourself. You can work on yourself in relationship and then help each other heal together, right? You can do both. And when you come here, it definitely, the energy here, Mama Africa, she's gonna let you know what you need to work on, you know, and I feel like you need to try to find community before you even get here, so you don't have to be in that alone space. Because being alone here for me, it was different than being alone in the States. It was like 10 times the aloneness. And I'm like, why am I feeling this way? I thought it was just me until I got connected with the community. Okay. And so in the group, they have a couple of YouTube channels. It's the Residential Tourists and ARS Solutions. And I'm gonna give them a shout out, because if it wasn't for them, you know, building this community, then I wouldn't have had it. You understand what I'm saying? And because of them, I started coming out of this lonely space. Now, then I was realizing, like, oh, there are women that are from the States who are here that that go through what I go through. And a lot of times we experience this, we go back home. We go back to the States because we can't deal with this loneliness, right? But when you have that community, which I talked about last time, which is so important, they can support you and let you know, no, you're not alone. You do have people here from the States. It's important that you connect with people from the States here. It is. Because they understand they understand you, they understand your background, they understand where you're coming from, they understand your plight. It's important to connect with other repats in Africa. It absolutely is. Now, we get out now, we commune with Kenyans, absolutely. Those are our brothers and sisters. We are here with them, eating with them, learning about them. They're learning about us. We're here to bridge that gap, right? We are here to bridge that gap. We're here to become one with our brothers and sisters. That's what this is all about. That's the most important thing about, and the most important part of the mission, right, is to bridge that gap and to come together with our brothers and sisters, right? But like initially, the initial moving part is getting past that loneliness. And that's why doing the work before you come is important, because when you're doing the work, that healing work, you have to go through that process of isolation, right? Isolation is very key to your healing. Being able to quiet your environment, not detach from social media, detach from Netflix, detach even from YouTube. You have to really be centered, right? When you're on this healing journey, you have to really focus on you, and really, you have to really go within, like you have to like turn yourself inside out. That's that caterpillar stage. That caterpillar builds that cocoon around itself, right? During this process. And there's even stages to that. The crying phase, the coddling oneself, learning how to nurture oneself, and learning how to, make oneself feel good. This is what you go through when you're in that healing space, in the cocoon phase, right? And learning how to isolate, and learning how to be by yourself, because sometimes people, the way how you see things and how you feel, people are not going to agree with that. People sometimes are not going to be around for you. You know, they're not going to be around to help you. So you have to learn how to help yourself in ways. So that's why working on yourself before you move to another country is very important. Because when you come here, because you're still going to feel that aloneness, but it won't be so bad, because you're like, okay, I've been in this space of isolation. I know I can entertain myself for a while. I know there's certain things that I can do, and which is the journaling, which is important for me, the meditating, which is very important for me, just to sustain, until God brings your soul family to you, right, and brings them right to you, right on your path, and He says, okay, here you go. You go ahead and get with your group, and you do what you need to do. But definitely don't come here on that. I'm just gonna come here and do me. And no, have that community mindset. You know, we talked about the mompreneur, dadpreneur, child. Have that. Always have that type of thought process. All of us, community. You know, always be in a community. Have a community mindset. Always have a humanitarian mindset. We are in the age of Aquarius. This is about the humanitarian, right? So always be in that mindset, and you know, and it's okay to that's why I say no new friends. No, it's okay to make some new friends. You're gonna need them on your journey, on your path. You know, it's okay to meet more people. It's okay to be open, especially here. You're safe. I know sometimes we dealt with trauma, you know, dealing with other people in the US. You're here, you're in a new place. You got to change your mindset. It's safe. You're safe.
Nah, facts, facts. No, no Dracos over here. You got to say no to the Drakes that encourage that type of behavior out of us, man. So that's good. No new friends with a terrible line, and that's a good example of the importance of being in the right space. You know, if you're in a room of 9 millionaires, you'll be the 10th, right? And if you're in the room of people who are thinking small about their dream and their lovepreneurship, then you'll be the 10th one who's thinking small about their dream and their lovepreneurship. So make sure that you have that community, the people who are going to come together and have a collective mindset is the point, is the goal. You know, we're all here to be better and get better into unity with our brothers and sisters across the globe. You know, being able to understand and see their problems that they go through, you know, and being able to solve those problems too, more specifically in the continent that we come from at large, is the goal, is the vision. And so that's definitely why we connected with our sister over there in Nairobi, Kenya, because she's also one of our coaches, one of our business partners that we're taking it to the next level with, as we are taking our competitions to the next level, our grants to the next level, and our business presence. And so talk to the people about your business, because we want to make sure that you talk to them about what you do and how you can help them and the services that they need, because a lot of what you do is built and centered around mental health.
Yes. So I am a life coach, and I have women and men clients. I help women and men really deal with trauma. Um, Again, that they've dealt with in their younger years, and I help them, you know, come up with a plan to get to the next level. And I believe in a holistic approach. I don't do things like everybody else. Just like when I mentioned an altar, that's, you know, that's, I'm more about the spiritual part of the healing process. And so yeah, that's what I do. And it's something that I love to do because I've been through it, and I feel like this is one of my purposes, is to, help strengthen our people, help them get to the next level in their lives, and help them really see what it is they need to see. A lot of times we have the answers. We already have the answers. Sometimes we just need somebody to help us pull those answers out, or help us, realize that you actually help you trust in yourself. That's what it's about. I'm here to help you regain trust in yourself, to love yourself, to honor and respect yourself, and help you trust your intuition. That's a part of the healing process, and that's a part of helping you with that trauma. It's so many layers to it, but that's the objective, to really help you um, learn how to really just love yourself and really embrace who you are. You are not your trauma, right? You are not your wounding. That is not who you are. That is something that happened to you. And a lot of times you're responding. It's not you're responding based on something that's happened in the past. It's not even really physically happening right now, but you still feel these things that have happened from the past. So certain things are going to trigger um, these traumas, right? So I'm definitely here to help our brothers and sisters. I love us dearly, you know, and especially and men, I love you dearly. You know, I call you my beautiful men. I'm always talking about my beautiful men, my beautiful men. But y'all have to get to know that, know that part of me. I love my men. I think you are
We love you too.
amazing. Thank you. I think you are amazing, amazing creatures, amazing human beings, and you're so powerful. Um, and I think we need you. I'm one of those women that feel like, you know, we need our men, especially our black men. Okay. That's my preference. You know what I'm saying? Like we need you. We need you. We need to heal. The women need to heal and the men need to heal too, so that we can be here really and hold each other up, you know, and stand up for each other.
Amen. Amen. I had to hit the microphone button on that one. Nah, I appreciate you. You talking that truth. Had to hit that Angie Stone on him. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah,
Yeah.
black brother.
Rest well with the ancestors, Angie Stone. Rest well with the ancestors.
Like, that's power. That's definitely
Mm.
what this era needs, and it's definitely no accident. The reminders of her song. I was actually listening to Music Soul Child just recently too. You know, a lot
Yeah,
of that vibration is what this era needs, and so definitely what you just spoke
yeah,
of, love for one another. So definitely we have love for you, sister. You already know. We're taking it to the next level. That I should you did. You know what I'm talking about, and so
yeah.
it's key that we come together as a people in unity. And
Yes.
so that's definitely why you're part of the Lovepreneurship team, or one of our Lovepreneurship coaches that takes it next to the next level as it relates to our mental health and our mental awareness. When we're always speaking about emotional intelligence, and so you always hit it on the head. And so we appreciate you for always hitting it on the head and just staying in tune with the frequencies and staying courageous as you travel to Nubia and expand territory, you know, because that's what it's all about in this glory, you know, and adding it to your story and allowing your story to be what people can learn from, because that's also healing for not only you but other people that you just spoke to as well. So we appreciate you for adding to everyone's healing.
Well, thank you. You know, I'm honored. I truly am, and you know, I'm always full of gratitude. Um, just always full of gratitude every day, no matter what's going on. And you know, you hear that like people like be thankful, you know, for the ups and downs, and it's true. You need to just always be full of gratitude because you're here. Because again, you know, I tried. I didn't think I was gonna make it, but I did. But I
Amen.
did. You know what I'm
Amen.
saying?
And
We
you're gonna
all
make it
have
again.
purpose. We
And you're
all
gonna make
have
it again.
purpose.
And you're gonna make it again. And you're gonna make it again. And you're gonna
Make
make
it
it again.
again. That's right.
Amen.
Absolutely, absolutely. But again, I love the that you and I and your wife and the whole family, Lovepreneurship, have come together, and we're all putting our, you know, contributing what we offer and what we have to share
Amen.
with the family. And I think that's important too. You have to you know, have to have be able to do something to help, to contribute to the community. And you guys are part of my community as well too. So yeah, I'm full of gratitude.
Amen, amen, amen. This is our Lovepreneurship family. We're taking this to the next level. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. Make sure y'all send this to somebody who needs this growth, who's thinking about Nubia, who's thinking about their mental health, who's thinking about their growth on all aspects of their life, their lovepreneurship, their love, and their entrepreneurship journey, purpose, your vision, and your mission. You got to take it to the next level. And so, on that note, we're going to close out. We appreciate y'all. This is your boy, Michael Afani X, and this is your girl, Empress Sharifa, taking it to the next level. We did that thing. Yeah, I'm talking about, yeah.